Hi guys, I'm Alban, a solutions engineer here at Dust, and today we'll be looking at the extract data action that your assistants can do. So basically how it works is that the assistants are going to browse a lot of your data sources to be able to extract automatically data from them and then do whatever action you want to do on it. We'll start with a small example because I've already built an assistant and I'll show you how to build this one. Basically what the assistant is doing is that it's browsing all our Slack channels where customers have actually written some feedback or told us that they were facing bugs. So the goal of this assistant is to know if this week we had some bugs and feedbacks that we have to take a look at. So we'll just run it. We don't have to put any instruction in the prompt whatsoever because the prompt itself of the assistant is big enough to have all the context and everything it needs. So what we see is that it's just pulling from the last week. I could have asked for the last day or for the last month, and then it's processing a bunch of documents. So as I said, it's plugged into a lot of Slack channels. You can see that there were 14 records, so 14 Slack channels it was pulling from, and it's summarizing what it found. You can see here that we had 2 bugs this week, broken links in responses, and we had some unavailability. And then there's quite a lot of feedback that the users gave us that we should iterate on. So this has been pulled from different sources, and the good thing is that it could just summarize a bunch of the same feedbacks. For example, if you have 2 different customers asking you for the same thing, this bot is going to be able to tell you. I asked him to redact the customer names, but if you remove that instruction, then you can see if you have different customers asking you for the same thing. All right. So let's get to it and let's see how it works. We'll go ahead and create a new assistant from scratch. We don't have to use a template, even if we will put this as a template in the future, but for the demo we won't use it. I will copy paste the instructions that I've already written. So here the instructions are pretty simple. You're using data from different Slack channels. Your goal is to summarize the feedback and consolidate them in 2 different sections, bugs and feedback. The data is coming from different channels. You need to aggregate all the discussions by subject. Any number of customers can be giving feedback on the same subject. The name of the customer is usually a company, and the company name can be in the Slack channel title. That's how we're using Slack Connect with our customers. And that's the last instruction that I'm using just for the demo, just so that our customer names are not shown in that demo. Then you have to go in data sources, use data sources instead of just a reply action. And in the method here, you need to go to extract data. And that's where the fun part is going to show. You can go into data sources and then start getting the data sources you want. I will fast forward here because I'm going to have to go into our Slack channels, and this is private information. So I'll click on Slack and I'll just add a bunch of channels, and I'll be back in a few seconds. Right, I'm back. I've added my data sources. I ticked a bunch of Slack channels which are shared with our customers, and I will process the data from the last week. There's not much more I need to be doing, but click on generate the schema from the schema from instructions. So from the instructions, the action itself understood that the properties that need to be extracted from the Slack channels are the channel name, the message, the user, and the timestamp. I don't really want a timestamp. I want a date. So I'm going to change that. I don't want the user either. I want the company name, because I don't really need to know which user is giving me the actual message. Name of the company of the user. The content of the Slack message is fine, and the channel name is fine as well. We'll go for next. Then the description and the handle are going to be, let's say Bugbuster demo, because I already created a Bugbuster, and we'll be using this. All right, let's try it. So this time we are using Bugbuster demo, and you'll see that it should be doing exactly the same thing. So it's basically processing all the channels that I added in the extract data action, compiling the data to fit the right model that has been used, that has been shown by the extract data little table that we just filled, and it's going to use that to extract everything. So now we've got 11 records, and we can see that we still have the unresponsive issue because I didn't take all the channels that the actual Bugbuster is using, so it missed the other one that another customer showed. And then we've got a lot of feedback. So basically this use case is just one of the multiple things that you can do with extract action. You could think about summarizing, for example, collaborative inboxes. There's a lot of things you can do, but basically it's possible now to just take data from a bunch of different places and actually answer at once with structured extraction. All right, I'll leave you to it, and don't hesitate to reach out